hockey fans, and welcome to this week's look at the standings. And in the Eastern Conference, there's been some movement. The Detroit Red Wings have jumped up 5 spots. But before that, the Florida Panthers, 70 points, 6-3-1, lost their last game. The Detroit Red Wings, like I said, 67 points. They're coming up fast. They're only 3 points behind Florida, 6-3-1 in their last 10, won their last game. And the Boston Bruins, 66 points, 1 point behind, 6-3-1. You see a pattern there? Lost one. 3 teams all have the same identical last 10 games. Then you go down to the Washington Capitals with 84 points, still number 1 in the league, I believe. 7-2-1, lost their last game. The New York Rangers, 70 points, 14 points behind, 7-2-1 as well, won their last game. And the New Jersey Devils ruined it, because it would have been 6-3-1 for the first 3, 7-2-1 for the next 3, but no. 65 points. They went up 3 spots. 6-2-2 won their last 3. The New York Islanders, 5-4-1, 64 points, lost their last game. They dropped the spots, and the Tampa Bay Lightning dropped 6 spots from 2nd place to 8th, final wild card spot, equally 64 points, 6-4-0, lost their last game. Speaking of, have to mention this about the Detroit Red Wings. That took past 900 points this week. Wow. 6-5 win over the Bruins. That was unbelievable. He actually had 3 points in that game. The scoring is going up, it's not going down, and it's weird because in the East there's been some major movement, but there's none of that in the West. Pittsburgh Penguins, 63 points, dropped a spot, 7-3-0, won their last game. Carolina Hurricane, 60 points, 5-3-2, won their last game. Philadelphia Flyers moved up a spot, 58 points, 4-4-2, lost their last game. Montreal Canadiens, 58 points as well, dropped a spot, 4-6. I know it's just not going well in Montreal. Lost their last game. The Senators, 3-7-0 in their last 10 games, 56 points, and everybody ahead of them's got games in hand, so there's no hope. And they're only 4 from the bottom, so this is looking good. Lost their last 3. Buffalo Sabres. Quick note on Buffalo. They beat Colorado for the first time in 11 years. Going back to 2005. That's unbelievable to have struggled that badly against one team. 52 points, 4-4-2, won their last 2. Columbus Blue Jackets went up a spot, 52 points, 6-2-2, won their last 2. And Toronto Maple Leafs won their last game, 3-5-2, and 49 points there in the basement. And now for the Western Conference, the Dallas Stars, they moved up a spot. They've displaced Chicago after a long run in first place. 77 points, 7-3-0 in their last 10, won their last 3. The Chicago Blackhawks, quick note here, unfortunately, Marian Hossa has been put on injured reserve. He's a major defensive player, and he won't be there to help them for a little while. 4-5-1, lost their last 3, so it's not going to help. St. Louis Blues, 73 points, 6-2-2, won their last 2 games. The Los Angeles Kings, still top of their division and have been for a long time now. 4-6-0, lost their last game. San Jose Sharks, hey, they're staying in the playoffs, and it's been like 4 weeks in a row now. 63 points, 6-2-2, won their last game. Anaheim Ducks, I don't know why they're not higher. 62 points, 8-1-1, won their last game. Colorado Avalanche, 4-5-1 in their last 10, 62 points, lost their last game. And the Nashville Predators, 6-3-1, won their last game. The Arizona Coyotes, 3-6-1 in their last 10, moved up a spot, 56 points, lost their llch game. Minnesota Wild, 1-7-2 in their last 10, lost their last 2 games, just fired Mike Yeo. They put in Torchetti or Torchetti replacing him. He's their AHL coach. He's actually coached 12 players, so they know what they're getting. The Vancouver Canucks, 56 points, 4-4-2, lost their last game. The Calgary Flames, 53 points, 5-5-0, lost their last game. The Winnipeg Jets, 53 points, 4-6-0, won their last game. And the Edmonton Oilers, still in the basement, 3-6-1 in their last 10, lost their last game, 50 points. Wow, it's really sad. They're going to end up with a first-round draft pick again, unfortunately for the rest of us. That's it. See you next week.